when you are good, it's hard to lose 3 in a row when you're good.
Well, but you know what's even harder?
Well, 2 in a row, it happens.
It's harder to
3 is hard.
It's harder to be so good that in 10 years, the only time you don't win double digits, you win 9. Jay, that's almost like the NFC version of the Patriots or something.
No, but how about the issue that the Seahawks have with their defense, though? I mean, we know how explosive Russell can be, but that defense has been something that we've been questioning over the last couple of years. It started to get better towards the end of last year. This year, a lot of penalties.
Ever since Ken Norton Jr. became the defensive coordinator, they just haven't quite gotten it right. I don't know what that means. They just haven't gotten it to the point of where they wanted it to be. Chris Richard was the defensive coordinator several years ago. They were okay, teetering along. Then they bring in Ken Norton Jr. They start off slow. They finish decent on the back end every single year since he's been to D.C. It's not the same, and I think the expectations have always been set because Pete Carroll, defensive coordinator, defensive-minded coach, along with having the success of the Legion of Boom. The Legion of Boom been boomed out for a while.
Yeah.
But we still holding on. It's just like in boxing. If somebody told me that 5 years ago Mike Tyson could get in and be the heavyweight champion of the world again, I'd bet every dollar I got.
Right.
Because I'm Mike Tyson. He can do it. He can do it. He can do it. And that's how I felt about this defense. Like, oh, yeah, they'll retool. They'll get some.
But new dudes, not the same dudes.
New dudes.
And here's the thing about Seattle to me. This is what is even more impressive. When I talk about quarterback-coach combinations, right, like can John Gruden and Derek Carr be that? So far this year, it's checking out. Every year they've gotten better, and they're undefeated this year. But when I look at Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll, guys, the Legion of Boom is gone. The defense has been suspect, right? The offensive line, ever since they traded Max Unger for Jimmy Graham, and they thought, oh, we'll just get guys in the third round, coach them up. That hasn't worked. Like, they don't have a defense. They don't have an O-line. They're still winning double digits.
You got Steve Hutchinsons and Walter Joneses and stuff like that.
Back then.
You're going to be good.
Yeah, back then, but it's been a minute since then.
No, I'm saying it's hard to find those type of guys. I mean, it really is.
No doubt. What I'm saying is they haven't, until recently, they haven't really put a lot of resources there. It is so hard for a quarterback coach without a good defense and without an offensive line, where every year, Jay, 10, 12 wins. 10, 12 wins a year.
But it was a layup in the division.
Yeah, not anymore.
No, it was a layup.
Yeah,
you had the Arizona Cardinals was hot garbage.
Yeah.
The 49ers couldn't get out of their own way. I mean, they had the little bit of a run with a hardball, but for the most part, they were terrible with Mike Nolan and Singletary and them. And then the Rams, come on, we already know what that Jeff Fisher deal was.
So that's the whole thing. That just set the stage, right? So now everyone calls it the best division in football. And certainly it's an excellent division at the very least. You like the AFC West, you like the AFC North. But
I know where you're going.
So now they're 1-2. What, like a new world. Defense still not good. Offensive line, gotten better, but Are we saying Russell Wilson can drop 3 in a row here?
It's feasible.
I mean, they could. They back it forward. They go back and forward. San Francisco, Seattle, you win at my house, I win at yours. We split every single year, it feels like.
Yeah.
And that could happen. It could happen. And if it happens, do the frustration settle in with either Pete or Russell Wilson because Russell asked for this, we gave him that. Pete Carroll, are you losing your fastball as a coach? Well, do you start that pointing the finger, blah, blah, because when you lose 3 in a row, when you had such high expectations coming into a season, it can be very difficult. It can wear on your team and organization.
I mean, we're talking about 3 in a row, 4 in a row.
Well, they
play the Rams next. They play the Rams next.
And that's what I said that's what I said about the division is the Rams playing Arizona. Then all of a sudden they play Seattle, Arizona plays San Francisco. In the next couple of weeks, they start canceling each other out.
Yeah. If it stays like that, I'm saying what you said, Key. In years past, there are some layups in there, even in divisional rivalries, but still.
It's a layup.
Right now, there are no layups in the division. They're 1-2. They got San Francisco, and then they got the hottest team in football in the Rams.
Then they go on the road to Pittsburgh. I mean,
this is where guys. This is what I'm saying. Guys like Russell Wilson and combinations like him and Pete Carroll. It's so impressive to me because there are times where it's like, oh, my God, 1-2, they could be, but they never seem to wind up that way. If they do it again, like, I don't know. I just don't see him losing. I don't see him going to 1-3.
All right. I mean, it could.
It's possible, but It'd be a new day.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.